recognizing when things no longer serve a particular purpose in your life, or rather no purpose in your life, it is rather harming you. Instead of dragging it, you have to take up a hard call and give it a shut up call very politely, because if you don't make up your mind and don't do that, that thing will slowly somehow go on impacting you inversely, and it's going to become that reason for your downfall. It is going to be instrumental in your downfall, for no longer a thing is serving a purpose what it was intended to, and these become the sources of blocked and negative energies. Negative and blocked energies are nothing but those kind of sources that become a part of your life, like a stone, like a burden which you're carrying, which is going along with you, but it is neither it is giving you any sort of productivity, neither it is giving you any sort of motivation, any sort of growth, any sort of success. Rather, it is bringing you down, it is consuming all your energy. You have to recognize those kind of potential threats, because unless and until we take up that hard call and give those blocked energies a shut up call, what will happen is we are blocking the opportunities that the universe is sending to us. We are blocking the opportunities that the Almighty is sending it to us, because we are not being able to connect with those opportunities. For instance, you have had a gym machine, you have invested a lot of money in that machine, and now you have placed it in your hall. You have not been using it because you have not been able to take out the time to use that gym machine. You are not being able to get away with it, do away with it. You're not being able to throw it out of your house. You're not being able to give it away in charity. You are not being able to do anything with it, because the amount of money you have invested on it was with a purpose that you will work on your health by making the right use of that gym equipment. But what it is doing, it is taking a massive place in your hall. Every time you watch it, you go in a guilt feeling that money you have invested, but you are not being able to take up that time. You are not being able to put it to use. And in order to save those investment, what you're doing it, you are dragging it along. It has been 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, 2 years. That machine is lying then and there unused, completely full of dust, full of that negative energy. It is blocking the massive place in your house. May it be you're staying in a rental house or it's your own apartment. You are blocking a massive space which could have been consumed by you, and you should have been consuming that lot of empty space that could have brought in a lot of positivity and positive urja, that is positive energy, in your house, in your room, in that hall, and in your mind. But what you are doing is, to save that particular investment, you are going on making further investments into it, which is going completely drained. It is completely going waste, and further it is deteriorating you. We have to understand this nature, and by this particular lesson, by this particular example that we have discussed, this applies in most of the things in our life. A particular relationship which you have been dragging for a long, you are not living that relationship. You have to take a hard decision and make that hard decision, take that call to get away with it, to do away with it, because otherwise you are ruining not just that relationship, you are ruining your own self, and till a chapter closes, a new chapter cannot close. Either you have to make a call, make a conscious decision to start living that relationship and not dragging it, or you have to take a call to do away with it. There is no midway in certain things. If you are not using a particular thing for a very long time, either you have to make up your mind and begin to use it big time and make fullest use of it, and you have to take out that work and that purpose for it, for which it had come in your life. And if it is not solving that purpose, or in other words, we are not being able to take out that purpose from that material, then that material or that thing will block us and block our upcoming future opportunities. We have to understand the relationship of our present with our future, how the things that we are doing in our present is impacting our future, not only by the law of karma. If you keep karma also one side, everything is working in the form of energies, and the one energy quotient that we are invoking today is going to invoke, and it is going to bring in a lot of accordingly consequences that will be a direct outcome of this thing that we have been doing today. It is going to impact the future, and we have to understand this relationship, because until and unless you take up that hard call, we are not being able to get rid of those things that are being instrumental in our downfall. It It can be in any form. These energies can be in a form of a bad habit, a bad experience, a bad instrument, a bad equipment, a bad thing, a bad furniture. Anything is bad if it is not solving the purpose which it should have been, or you are not making the right use of it. It is not serving in your productivity, rather it is pulling you down, it is bringing your aura down, it is breaking your frequency, and instead of functioning with an ignited body, mind and soul, you are completely disoriented, you're completely broken, you're completely shattered from within. And the credit goes to those kind of things and investments which you think it to be your investment. You give it your 100%, and in order to not waste that investment, you make further wrong decisions, and further investments you go on making. You got a cell phone, now the cell phone has broken, it is not solving the purpose. What you're doing is you're further going on investing in the repair, and when you're investing more and money in that repair, thinking that you will be able to save that cost price, what you're doing is you're further making and adding more and more losses in your life. We have to be consciously aware of the investments we make, and how do we contribute to those investments, and rather not let those investments choke our neck and choke and not let us breathe. Because if we are doing that, then we are completely harming and wasting this life, and this life what has been gifted to us from that Almighty, it is not worth that waste. It is not worth the dust that we are not shaking off. We have to shake off that dust, and we have to invite prosperity in our life. We have to make that decision so that prosperity can enter into our lives. We have to make that decisions that positivity and good opportunities can enter into our lives, that a new chapter can open in our lives. For that, you have to let go of that old chapter. You have to, in a very dignified manner, in a very polite manner, with a strong mind, with a strong heart, you have to give it a shut up call. You have to give yourself a shut up call that no, I cannot continue like this. This is not meant to be like this. If it has to happen, it will happen in a positive way, in a way that will make me grow, make me a human being that will live a life of prosperity and a prosperous life, and not live a life like a machine, or just go on dragging something to prove a point, to live a life disoriented, disrespectful towards your needs, disrespectful towards your own desires, towards your own wishes. And understanding the true nature of desire will accompany us in a mission where we will be able to get to of dependency and kill those dependency which further bind us, which further make us and break us in a way that we completely depend on those sources. And only when we kill those dependency, we will be able to elevate, and we will be able to reach those heights of independency where we will not depend on these kind of subjects. And while doing so, well, it doesn't take much long. All you have to do is 15 to 20 minutes. We have to not go in that overthinking mode, because whenever we think, okay, these are the things that we will cut off from our life, or this is something which is not contributing positive, what we end up doing is we give it a whole sit on. You sit on for a whole day, and you waste one whole lot of 24 hours. What you're doing is it becomes a negative meditation. Why? Because you are giving food to those kind of thoughts which are not good for you. Just 15 to 20 minutes, thick points, big, bold and thick points we have to make, that this is contributing and this is not contributing, this is productive and this is unproductive. Simply cross the unproductive and cut it off your life. Just kick it out of your life very politely, in a very respectful manner. You have to take up that call, and once you begin to do it, you will experience a light energy, a light aura, a more cleansed body, a more cleansed energy. You will feel that extra burden. You have shed it off. You have shed off that extra dust which was actually hampering you. It was not contributing you positively, and it was rather contributing in your downfall. You are born to live that life which that Almighty has gifted you, and in the life hereafter we are going to enjoy a life that is with the blessing of that Supreme Consciousness, with that Almighty, and it has a lot of positivity, lot of happiness and a lot of prosperity. So why invite those kind of things in our life? Why give those kind of energies the chances to come and contaminate us? Why give those energies to come and stay blocked? And why pile up those energies and pile like a pile of books we are dragging along for years? Let's get rid of those. May it be a bad energy, may it be a bad crystal, a bad stone that is hampering us. We are seeing that stone, that crystal is kept in a house and that is not contributing in any productivity. Just take off the crystal, gift it to somebody, or rather throw it away. Do anything with it, but do not keep it with yourself, because something that is you are not using, some other person may use it in a productive manner and it may suit some other person. If something is not good for you, you can ask the other person that is it of your use. Suppose a sofa, you're not using it, maybe you're not using it, that sofa, that gym equipment, give it away to somebody needy and it will constructively give that productivity and contribute in that other person's life. But in your case, because you have attachment with that particular thing, we are not able to get rid of the thing. What it is doing is, it is hampering us. Instead of contributing in a life, it is hampering us. So rather, give it away to somebody who can make use of it, or rather, if you don't have anybody to give it, just throw it away. We will be empowered in a way to live that life that the Almighty has blessed us with, which will be with an aura, with complete 100% ignited frequency, ignited body, mind and soul. Bread 41 days of life-changing course, life-changing experience, no dependency, what the slavery dread.